We've got the 49ers in town to face the Jaguars, two teams that have only faced off 5 times. Jacksonville looks to even up the series at 3 wins each. Next on EA Sports.
He originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when his franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Brandon Ayuk returning it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. Samuel bringing in the slant. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go play action with Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Warner. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He's got it. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Jacksonville offense getting ready to begin this first drive, and at the helm, the #1 overall pick back in April, Trevor Lawrence, the rookie out of Clemson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So for Trevor Lawrence, listen, the hype, the buzz, whatever you want to call it, it just surrounds this guy. One of the most highly regarded draft picks of the last decade. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abukum. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Connor takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. The Niners on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow hitting Samuel on the slant. And they'll get this down to the 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense ready to take over. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. That's caught by Hollister. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Burrow's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Burrow will throw. Finds his running back, James Conner. Touchdown, 49ers. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's Lawrence. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's a 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Jalen Hurts, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far, as he's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Devontae Parker, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville. And Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Lawrence. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That one complete. He finds Shark. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I love it. He ran a hitch route on 3rd and 6, and normally that's not deep enough to get your 1st down. I'd say he really ran a hitch plus to make sure he got the 1st down yardage. Really intelligent route running.
Yeah, because what do you say, hitches are normally 1 to 3?
Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood. You just kind of come off the line of scrimmage and kind of show yourself to the quarterback and say, hey, here I am, present it. He went in and took it far enough downfield to make sure that they had enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can...
They're trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Samson Ebukam picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for Jacksonville. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold. And the Jaguars are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Let's go, D. Right there. 54, right there.
Robinson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dan Arnold, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. It changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score, well, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a handoff to Connor. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Touchdown, 49ers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 29, Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
This is caught by Robinson. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. On the run, it's Robinson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Right there, Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, his 5th touchdown now. On the year, and the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only 1 timeout. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now it's Burrow. Completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw again on second down. Burrow again looking for Samuel, this time the catch made. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 69 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Ready?
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Samuel bringing in the slant. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for San Francisco, and this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Niners, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.